I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom, shalom, this is Callum L from London, UK, all the way to the US of A. Listen, subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. I'm always on that channel checking out the new knowledge that I.S.U.P.K is dropping.
I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street. Shalom, this is the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding GEN.YAHANNA. Now, we're going to show you that adultery is a sin because it's going on all throughout the world. Give me your Exodus chapter 20 verse 14.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
That means a man ain't supposed to have sex with a next man's woman. That's what adultery is, a man having sex with a next man's woman. That's against God in the Bible. And men lose their life because they don't follow this law right here. Read.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Read that again.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Now the Bible says, thou shalt not commit adultery. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 22. Now adultery is a man having sex with a next man's wife, meaning a man having sex with a woman who's already taken, who's already engaged, who's already in a relationship with somebody. That's you sleeping with a woman who's not single. That's what adultery is. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband.
If a man be what?
Found lying with a woman married to an husband.
If a man be found having sex with a woman who's already got a man, read.
Then they shall both of them die.
They shall what?
Both of them die.
And the Lord takes this serious. A man sleeping with another man's wife. The Lord takes this serious. The Lord said you should die for this. But TV teaches you and music teaches you if that man ain't treating his woman right, you're just good to go slide up in there. What did the Lord say?
If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die.
The Lord said that a man who has sex with a next man's wife and she allows it, they're both supposed to die. So there's no such thing as he's not treating me right, so I'm going to cheat on him. There's no such thing as his paycheck's too small, so I'm going to cheat on him. There's no such thing as he works late nights and I'm lonely and I need some company. There's no such thing as that. The Lord said, you do that, you're supposed to die. Read that again.
If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman.
Both the what?
Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman.
And the man and the woman should both die in that case. Now, if a woman has a man and she opens her legs to her next man, God says that's adultery. And God says a woman's supposed to have one man, and a woman ain't supposed to be opening her legs to every man that she finds with a nice car, with a big fat pocket full of money. It's a sin. Read.
So shall they put away evil from Israel.
So shall what?
So shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
The Lord said they're supposed to die to put away evil from Israel, because if they don't, guess what? Everybody's going to be doing it. And black man, you wouldn't like it if somebody was having sex with your woman. So why are you going to go have sex with somebody else's woman? There's so much single women in the world. You don't need to go sleep with another man's wife. Let him have her, man. That's his woman. That's what he deals with. You go get your own woman. Is there anyone that...
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and shall stone them with stones.
Now, before Christ came and died for the sins of Israel, if you done that, you'd be stoned to death. But now you got mercy now. Now you sisters I got a chance to close your legs and stop sleeping with everyone now. Now you've got mercy. Give me Mark chapter 12 verse 31. Give me Mark chapter 12 verse 31.
The book of Mark chapter 12 verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And the Bible says, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You know how you love your neighbor as yourself? Now, you wouldn't want a next man riding your wife like a damn rodeo, so you don't ride his wife like a rodeo. That's how you love your neighbor like yourself. Read it again.
And the second is like this, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And you love your neighbor as yourself. You wouldn't want no man to Netflix and chill with your woman, so you don't Netflix and chill with the next man's woman. Read it again.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Guess what? That ends it all. If you love your neighbor like yourself, you ain't gonna ill-treat him. You love your neighbor like yourself. You ain't gonna mess around with his woman, because you wouldn't want nobody to mess around with your woman. That's how you love your neighbor like yourself. Read.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
There's no other commandment greater than these. So you wouldn't want a man to have sex with your wife. You don't have sex with his wife. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's so much women out here. You can get your own woman. You don't need the next man's woman. Read that from the top. Read that from the top.
And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You love your neighbor as yourself. Give me Matthew chapter 5 verse 31. Now you loving your neighbor as yourself. You don't be trying to holler at a next man's wife. You don't be telling her your man ain't treating you right, you should leave him. You don't be telling her, I'm gonna upgrade to him. You love your neighbor as yourself. Give me Matthew 5:31.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 31. It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement.
Now this was in the Old Testament. You give her a writing of divorcement. Read.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, cause of her to commit adultery.
And guess what? You ain't allowed to put away your wife unless she cheats on you. Anything else, you have to stick with her. Whether she's got a loud mouth and runs her mouth all the time, whether she's aggressive and talking nonsense all the time, you have to stay with her because you made that choice. You knew she was a loud mouth before you had sex with her, because sex is marriage according to the Bible. Right. Now the Bible says you can't put away your wife. No matter how much she runs her mouth, no matter how much she gives you a headache, no matter how much she doesn't do as you say, you can't put her away because you made that choice before you chose to marry her.
But I say to you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication.
Now the only way you can put her away is if she cheats on you. That's the only way you can put her away. But if she doesn't do that, but she's just got a big mouth, you have to stick with that big mouth and try and make it work.
That's right.
You gotta stick with that big mouth and try and make it work. Read.
Cause of her to commit adultery.
And when you put her away, you cause her to commit adultery. You know why? Because once you put her away, guess what happens? She goes and has sex with her next man, and you cause her to commit adultery and him to commit adultery, and it goes on and on and on. So once you get with a woman, realize before you even marry this woman, before you have sex with this woman, realize once you do, you have to deal with that loud mouth. You got to deal with her if she can't cook or whatever. This is why you make sure she can do all these stuff before you finalize it. Because if not, you're stuck with her. Read.
And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery.
He that marries her that is divorced committeth adultery. Now read that from the top of it.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication.
So he that puts away his wife, except for if she cheats on him, read.
Nobody knows.
Cause of her.
No, you've been told if you want information.
Cause of her to commit adultery.
Cause her to commit adultery. That's like
Say again.
Chapter 9, verse
Yeah, I'm a part of this group.
Now, you cause her to commit adultery once you put her away. Now, black man, once you get a woman, that's your woman. She's yours. Shouldn't be no next man having sex with her. Shouldn't be no next man messaging her after hours. Shouldn't be no next man saying, he wants to take her out on a date and how your man's not around. Your woman's your woman. No next man should be sleeping with your woman. And you women need to learn. Once you've got a man, you better stay with that man. You women need to learn. Once you got a man, you only open your legs to that man, and not every other man who's and not a man who's got a pink note, which is a £50 note.
That's right. The book of in the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
And what did the Bible say?
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
No, Netflix and chill.
Not at all with another man's wife.
No, I can Netflix and chill with another man's woman. What did the Bible say?
Sit not at all.
The Bible say, yo, you ain't supposed to sit with the next man's woman.
That's right.
You know why? Because a man's woman is his woman. If any man tries to sit with my woman, guess believe I'm gonna be sitting in the middle. I'm gonna be sitting in the middle, and I'm gonna be eyeballing him like, hey, you thought you was coming to see her? Why are you coming to see me? Read that from the top.
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
The Bible says, don't sit with another man's wife, because that's his woman, that's his property. Another man's wife, she belongs to him. How are you gonna try to sit with another man's woman? People lose their life for that. People die over that. Imagine a man comes home and he sees you sitting down with his wife. Imagine he comes home from a night shift at work and he sees you sitting on the sofa with his wife. If he kills you, that's your own fault. Don't sit with the next man's wife. Read.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
No what?
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
And you ain't supposed to have a next man's woman in your arms. A next man's woman ain't supposed to be in the next man's arms. If I ever come to my house and I saw my woman in the next man's arms, Shalom, I'm not even going to tell you what's going to happen, but read.
And spend not thine money with her.
And what?
And spend not thy money with her.
And do what?
And spend not the money with her.
And guess what? Don't be spending your money with the next man's woman. Don't be telling her, I'm going to buy you chocolate and flowers because your man don't buy you chocolate and flowers. Don't be telling her, I'm going to take you out for drinks and cocktails. Don't be telling her, I'm going to take you out for dinner. What did the Bible say? Do what?
Spend not thy money.
No, buy her flowers because she's cute.
Spend not thy money with her.
No, buy her flowers because her man don't buy her flowers.
Spend not thy money with her.
The Bible says don't spend thy money with her. Don't be spending money on the next man's woman. That's his woman. What he does in his house is what he does. Now what you need to do is get your own woman and start trying to mess around with other people's women. It's against God and it's adultery. It's a sin to mess around with the next man's wife. Read.
Spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Do what?
Spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Let's just make this ambulance first. Read that from the top.
Sit not. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
And he's saying don't be Netflix and chilling with another man's wife. Don't be trying to go to a next man's wife's house at midnight. Don't be trying to tell her you're going to bring her some McDonald's at night if she tells you she's hungry or whatever. Don't be trying to sit with another man's wife. That's his wife. If she's hungry, that's his problem and not yours. You take care of your own woman and not try not another man's. Read.
Nor sit down with her in thine arm.
And if she's upset because of how she claims her man treats her, don't be trying to coddle her. Don't be trying to tell her, oh, he's no good for you. Oh, you should leave him. It says what?
Sit not with her in thine arms.
It says don't sit with her in your arms. Because guess what? TV teaches us when a woman's upset, she must go to her next man and get consoled and get hugs and kisses on the cheek and get told, oh, everything's going to be better. What did the Bible say?
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
And you're supposed to sit with the next man's woman in your arms. Is there any more on that? Read.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
That's what?
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
And your heart's going to incline unto her. You're going to start to think different thoughts. At first you thought you was just being a friend. And then guess what happens? You start to like her. 1 minute she's sitting in your arms. And then your hand starts to go low. You start putting your hands on her thighs. And then so forth. Before you know it, you're full on committing adultery. And then you're sinning against the Lord. And sinning against another brother. Read it from the top.
Sit not at all with another man's wife. Nor sit down with her in thine arms. And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
And guess what? It says don't be drinking with another man's wife. You know why? Because you're going to start drinking with another man's woman. And banyam, before they know it, you're going to be drinking, eat a sip of that wine. One piece of clothing is coming off. Imagine by the time they finish one glass of that wine, banyam, imagine what's going on.
That's right.
So don't be drinking with another man's wife. Read.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
Let's your heart incline unto her, man. Let's just start to like her, and then you start to think other thoughts before you know it. You're trying to steal that woman away from her husband. Read.
And so, through thy desire, thou fall into destruction.
Through what?
Through thy desire, thou fall into destruction.
Through your desiring the next man's wife, you fall into destruction. Because guess what? You sleep with the next man's woman. He ain't going to forgive you for that. He ain't going to forgive you for that. You think he wants to look at you and then look at his woman and realize this next man was all up in his woman? He ain't gonna forgive you for that. And it's against God to do that. Where's the Bible? Give me Proverbs 6 and give me Proverbs 6 and 32. Let me know when you got to get there. Now he ain't gonna forgive you for that. That must be a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that that's your woman and then the next man's all up inside there. Give me Proverbs 6:32.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
He what?
Lacketh understanding.
And for you to sleep with the next man's wife, you lack understanding. You lack understanding for you to look at a married woman and say, I want her for myself. That's evil. You know it's just, you know it's wrong to steal. And when you commit adultery, you're basically stealing the next man's woman. You're stealing something what belongs to the next man. Read.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
He that what?
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
And you destroy your own soul when you have sex with the next man's wife. You destroy your own soul and you destroy a family. You break up families when you do that. Read.
A wound and dishonor shall he get.
A what?
A wound and dishonor shall he get.
There's a wound and dishonor shall he get. And guess what? If the Lord don't wound you, that brother will wound you. You know why? Because you slept with his woman and you probably be in the bedroom and you probably hear him cut that strap back and you turn around and looking before you know that's the end of you. Don't sleep with the next man's wife because men don't take it lightly. Let his woman be his woman. Read.
And his reproach shall not be wiped away.
And his reproach shall not be wiped away. And it's a shameful thing for you to sleep with the next man's wife when there's all these single women out here. Have you a single woman instead of somebody else's woman? Read.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
For what?
Jealousy is the rage of a man.
For what?
Jealousy is the rage of a man.
Jealousy is the rage of a man. Now, how much cases have you seen where a man's messing around with the next man's woman and then the brother comes and kills that man for it? You know why? Because jealousy is the rage of a man. And when you mess around with a man's woman, a man will go to certain lengths that he wouldn't normally go. A man will wipe you off the face of the earth for that. A man will wipe you off the... you think you're having 5 minutes of fun with the next man's woman, well, guess what? He's going to take you away from your family for it because jealousy is the rage of a man. And he's got every right to rage if you're all up in his woman. That's his woman. Read.
Therefore, he will not spare.
Therefore what?
He will not spare.
Therefore what?
He will not spare.
He ain't gonna spare you. No matter how many times you say sorry, no matter how many times you say it just happened, no matter how many times you say it wasn't meant to happen, he will not spare. Read.
In the day of vengeance.
In what?
In the day of vengeance.
In what?
In the day of vengeance.
When you sleep with a brother's wife, he's gonna be thinking about this all night, all day. He's gonna be thinking, where was I when this other man was up in my bed? When this other man was up in my castle? When this other man was up in my woman? He's going to be thinking about it and then what's going to happen?
He will not spare in the day of vengeance.
And he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Is there any more on that?
Fried chicken!
He will not regard any ransom.
He will what?
He will not regard any ransom. Neither will he rest content.
And he ain't going to regard any ransom. You can try pay him. You can try talk him out of it. He ain't going to listen. He ain't going to listen. And the rage of that man could take your life. And that's why the Bible says a man who commits adultery lacks understanding. Because you think, oh, it's just you having fun. Well, guess what? You're destroying the whole family. You're going to make a man want to murder you for it. You're going to get that man sent to jail after he murders you. That woman's going to be single and so forth because of what you've done. You would have just ruined the whole family. Give me Proverbs 7 verse 7.
The book of Proverbs chapter 7 verse 7. And beheld among the simple ones, I discern among the youths a young man.
And the simple ones, a man who commits adultery, he's a simple man. Read.
Void of understanding.
And void of understanding, because they don't know that to sleep with the next man's wife is against God and it destroys families and it could get you killed. Read.
Passing through the street near her corner.
And this is a simple man passing through the street at night time. Read.
And he went the way to her house.
And he went the way to her house. This house was a woman who was married. Read.
In the twilight, in the evening.
In the twilight, in the evening, the nighttime. Read.
In the black and dark night.
In the what?
In the black and dark night.
In the black and dark night. And this is most of the time when where men want to go to a woman's house who's married in the dark night. They want to go there, what did they call it again? Beauty call times. That's the time they want to go there in the dark night. Read.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot.
And it says they met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. You know what's the attire of a harlot? A woman in a short dress, legs all out, them dresses with the slits down the side, them dresses with her breast all out, them tight tops where you can see her nipples and everything. That's the attire of a harlot. Read.
And subtle of heart.
And what?
Subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn.
She is what?
Loud and stubborn.
And she's loud and stubborn. And most these women are loud and stubborn. And the loud and stubborn, they know they've got a man, but they want to have sex with the next man. Read.
Her feet abide not in her house.
And they're not in the house. Usually, you can find these kind of women in the club. You can find these kind of women in the club on a Saturday night, a Friday night. Read.
Now she is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
Guess what? Now, when a woman's had an argument with her man, where do you find them? In the street at every corner, trying to get with another man to pay him back, trying to sleep with another man to get him angry, trying to say, well, he didn't treat me right, so I'm gonna go give this to somebody else. Read.
So she caught him and kissed him.
So she what?
Caught him and kissed him.
And they go out and catch another man and kiss him. And black man, if you ain't simple, you're gonna be this man who to catch. Read.
And with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Therefore I come forth to meet thee.
And guess what? They come up to you and tell you kind words. Oh, my man's treating me bad, so I just want to pay him back, and you're looking good. You look stronger than he is. You look better than he is. I think you should come back to my house with me. And a man who's void of understanding, he's simple and he's gonna go. When really he's supposed to say to that woman, you've got a man and you better get in the house and don't be disrespecting your husband like that. But men have become weak now, and the man will take her by the hand and go back to the house with her. Read.
Diligently to seek thy face.
And I said, I come out just to see you. Read.
And I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry.
And they said, I've decked my bed. They say, I'll put new fresh bed sheets on. I'll put some satin bed sheets on for a man like you to come and lie with me. Read.
And with carved works.
And with what?
Carved work.
And the bedrooms are decorated, got the candles, got the mirror so you can see yourself and stuff. Read.
And with fine linen of Egypt.
And with what?
Fine linen of Egypt.
And they got them beautiful bed sheets, they got them beautiful curtains, the bedrooms are beautiful and laid out nice and perfect. Must have let this noise pass.
I have perfumed my bed.
I have what?
Perfumed my bed.
I have what?
Perfumed my bed.
And she said, I've lit candles, I've put on the frankincense, I've sprayed out the room. Read.
With myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
And she said, I've made my room smell nice for you. Read.
Come, let us take our fill of love.
Let us do what?
Take our fill of love.
Let us what?
Take our fill of love.
This is what a woman who's an adulteress would say. Let us take our fill of love. Nothing can't go wrong. They tell you kind words, but a wise man knows it's against God to commit adultery. And a simple man, even a simple man knows it's wrong to have sex with the next man's wife, but he does it anyway. Read.
Until the morning, let us solace ourselves with loves.
Let us what?
Solace ourselves with loves.
And she says, my man's not here, you can stay the night. Read.
For the good man is not at home.
For the what?
The good man is not at home.
She says, my husband ain't at home, so you can stay the night. Read.
He has gone a long journey.
He's gone where?
A long journey.
He's gone to work, he's gone where?
A long journey.
He's gone to prison, he's gone where?
A long journey.
He's out the house because she had a loud mouth, he's gone where?
A long journey.
And she says he's gone on a long journey. So a simple man goes into this house and has sex with the next man's woman when the Bible's telling you don't do that. Read.
He have taken a bag of money with him.
It says he's taking a bag of money with him, meaning he's gone far, he ain't coming back for now. Read.
And will come home at the day appointed.
It says he ain't back until Monday evening. He ain't back until Monday evening. So the simple man's all up in the next woman's house, got his feet up on the sofa, thinking this is the king of his, thinking this is his castle now. Read.
We've heard much fair speech.
We've heard much fair speech, we've heard kind words, we've heard stroking his hair saying, "Oh, you're good looking, come back to mine." My man ain't back until Monday evening, read.
Caused him to yield.
Caused him to what?
Yield.
It caused him to get weak and go, man, read.
With the flattering of her lips.
With the flattering of her lips, with her nice kind words, with her sweet words, which these words ain't sweet, these words is of Satan. Those ain't sweet words, read.
She forced him.
She what?
She forced him.
She what?
She forced him.
And now she's dragging him up by the tie into the house. Now she's dragging him by his tie into the house, Banyamin, read.
He goeth after her straight away.
He what?
He goeth after her straight away.
He goes after her straight away. And I know you see it in these movies. You see it in all these movies. This is what all the show on TV. A man's got a wife, and then he's not treating her right. And then this woman thinks that gives her to go ahead to go and have sex with her next man. Well, according to the Bible, it don't.
Nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, sold packs. I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues for this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword.